Kristen just told me the incredible news that our family is expanding once again. Ready? Wait! Back up. 1, 2, 3, go! You gotta do a good job. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Yes! I know, right? I don't even know what to say. I remember asking about expanding and feeling as though like she was gonna say no to it. I mean, we're overwhelmed with what we have now. But when she said yes and then she told me this news, I was overjoyed. I never thought that I would have this opportunity to expand in this way. And when I say expand our family, what I really mean is today, I got a drone. So today I got a drone. Came in the mail. Amazon, thank you so much. I can't wait to tear into this thing. Now, before I open this up, I did a lot of research on drones, especially for weddings. And I know that DJI came out with the new Spark, and the Spark looks awesome. I think it's going to be a huge product for people that just want to have a expensive but professional grade quality drone. It's super tiny, it's $500, seems like it's gonna be really awesome. I love its capabilities, I love the little hand gestures you can do with it, but it's not as professional as what I really am looking for. And I know that the Phantom 4 Pro is kind of what you're supposed to get and blah, 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 it's so amazing. But I've been spending a lot of time reading about the DJI Mavic Pro. And I feel like I'm a little bit late to the game, and by late I mean like 6 months or however long it's been out. And I know that they're probably gonna come out with a second one pretty soon. It's got all these fancy upgrades, whatever, but the stuff that I've seen from the Mavic Pro looks incredible. So I am super excited. Look at this thing. It's got its own little like freaking briefcase or whatever. This is cool. Look at this. This is a drone. Holy cow. It's so small. Turn on, off the power. That's helpful. So what I want to do is I actually want to test it out today and hopefully get a feel for how it runs, the quality, and things like that. I do want to warn you that this part of the vlog is going to be a little bit more technical, as it relates to the drone in settings and color correction. So if that bores you and you don't really care about that, thanks for visiting the vlog. I'll see you next time. But if that is something that is of interest to you, great. That's why I want to do this. I also want to say, before all the FAA enthusiasts come out of the woodwork, I did have permission to fly the drone where it was being flown. It was not in a restricted area, and it was 5 miles away from the nearest airport. So everything you're about to see, totally legal, totally fine, no worries. Okay. So I set out on this location to really kind of test out the drone's capabilities. Again, I'm over water, so I was super paranoid that I was just going to crash it and lose $1,000 and be very upset. But that didn't happen, so yay. Immediately, you'll see that I a little bit underestimated the power of the ND filters that I had on the drone, because I was able to decrease my ISO that I had up, I don't know, maybe to 400, and it was great. You know, the lower I can keep the ISO, the better my image is going to end up looking. So pretty much can get rid of that look. And here's just a really, really simple shot, just kind of coming over the bridge back and forth. And, you know, it's one of those things where you'd probably just use a second of it. And then this really nice pan up. I have to say that the buttons on the controller are super, super, super sensitive. So in order to get this nice fade up look that you see there, it's actually kind of difficult to do. It certainly takes some getting used to. There's this really cool train tracks that I wanted to record as part of this, just to get some B-roll footage for other things. Also got this really cool look at the harbor, really cool look at the lake, some other things too. The sun was unbelievable. These pink clouds, pretty crazy. So I've been watching a lot of different people that have this, that are professional wedding cinematographers, and they've talked about their color profile and the picture profile in the Mavic Pro. Most of what I've read is that people like to try to have a little bit more of a flat profile, and what that does is it gives the opportunity to, just in editing, in post-production, to really stretch that dynamic range without there being any super crazy dominant colors that are just popping out. When you see something like that that's a little bit overexposed or a little bit too dominant, it's actually really difficult to do in post. And so most people suggest to have this flat profile one way or another that you can then spend some time on color correcting and color grading. So there's one guy that I follow a lot. His name is Matt Johnson, and you can look him up. It says Matt, who is Matt Johnson? And you'll know him by the beard. It's amazing. It's awesome. He's out of Texas, and he really loves the flat profiles. He loves them. I'm okay with them. I'm just not sure that I am that great at color editing and color grading in order for that to be my style. And there's this other guy that I've followed from the beginning who has this really awesome website, really awesome YouTube page, Wedding Film School. His name's Craig Adams, and he suggests a flat profile as well, but he likes the profile true color at a 0 sharpness and then -3 for contrast and saturation. And I tried both. With Matt Johnson, he likes to use the C-Log with a flat profile. Craig Adams, I just told you what he likes to use. So I tried them both, and I actually really like the true color 0, -3. And here's what you can do that's really, really cool. If you take a look at this drone shot, it does look pretty sweet, but it's also very, very flat. So if I were to take this and in Final Cut, take a look at my scopes, you can see everything's pretty flat. It's really squished right in the middle. Nothing's even close to 100. So if I go ahead and Command 6, I can get to my color correction here and immediately want to boost the highs and see how they kind of come close to 100. Blue's sort of dominating a little bit here. And then I want to stretch my darks to really give that dynamic range and make sure that my mids are lifted a little bit to have a say in this whole profile here. So if I get rid of my scopes and we take a look at this, look how much more cinematic that looks than before. So if I turn off my color correction, you can really see how just flat that is, and how much just the darks especially really pop, really show up in the greens in the area. And that's going to end up looking a little bit more like what the actual profile of the picture looked like. You can see it also here on the train tracks. Oh my goodness, look at that. Barely even touching 75. So if I boost these quite a bit, I don't want to get too crazy. It was a very, very dark scene. I probably should have adjusted for that. Mids are going to really help bring some of that grade back. But I do like my darks. End up looking really nice, really sharp there. So this is before, this is after. You know, one of my favorites is this shot here. You can take a look at the video scopes there. Again, very flat. Boost them. Get those darks in there. Now I'd probably spend a lot more time putting this together, but really just want you to see how these video scopes can really help take that next level of your video there. There's before, there's after. Looks really, really sharp. And we add these scope lines, and it's just going to give you that movie theater feel. Of course, it's in 4K, so the rendering is a little bit tough on the computer, and I didn't do proxy files with this, so it's just really to show you my profile and what I like in this. So that's really just a pan. I'm not even flying forward, and then all of a sudden I start flying forward. Yeah, it's an awful lot that you can do. It's really crazy. Okay, so anyways, there's an awful lot of guys that do this type of thing, the color correction, the profile, and all that, and I'm sure you can search for it, you can take a look at it. But if you'd like me to do some of that, I'd be happy to do it. Just comment below, let me know that that's what you'd like me to do. If you're more like, hey guy, shut up and just do the funny things that you do in your vlogs, I can also do that too. Let me know. Thank you, appreciate it. Talk to you sometime soon.